Yeah, least creative individual. I'll give you a perfect case study. We had a particular individual. They came over here. We worked with them for a little while. They're actually from the States, and when they went back, he was a muso, and he wanted to play the country type music in the States. And he was saying, "How come I'm not getting through? I've got a great message. I've got a great, band. I've got," and it was interesting because I said, "Look, for starters, you're expecting the world to know you before you've even found yourself. And I think part of the secret is getting to know your market, getting to know your client first." So I said, "Look, why don't we set up?" Why don't you go back and you set up an area where similar problem musicians are having the same problem as you are, which is breaking in. So, and you give them a mentoring environment where you start inviting key, great musicians that have made it through the industry to educate these struggling musos on how they can sort of move through that 1% that did make it. They start, and you just hold these venues, you just hold these days, and then you can get sponsorships from people like Sony, like different organizations, and it wasn't Sony in this case, but different record companies, and this was years ago. And I said, and you just hold them once every 2 months. I mean, every struggling musician wants to know how someone that made it. So he started doing that, and interestingly enough, one thing led to another, and I've got a rule that says, network equals net worth. And he started being seen as the person that got these great musicians coming in there to give their time. It didn't cost him anything because these great musicians wanted to do that because they remembered themselves when they were struggling and they wish someone would have told them. So the whole operation basically cost them nothing. But it was interesting because he got so highlighted in the music industry. With the music industry, big record companies started going, "Hey, who's this guy that knows everybody, that sort of provides this platform for us to get introductions to, musicians that potentially could be the next best thing?" Today his music career is going quite nicely, and we were actually speaking about, it would have been about 9 months ago, and we were on a Skype chat, and he says to me, one of the key words that I remember he said, "I realized that when I thought I wanted to get my music out there, I was more worried about what it was in it for me, and suddenly once I started adding value to where the biggest problem was, which was there was a lot of individuals looking to know how to get there, and then I put the two pieces together, then the industry started acknowledging me for the value I could give it. And although, and that's why I won't mention the name, although I'm probably not the best singer in the world, it's not about that. It's about what value you add to your final client. And today he's going very, very well in the music industry, and nothing makes me happy because he sort of let himself out of the way. He found out, he fixed the problem up, he created a network, and all of a sudden he's got all the dots together, and now that the industry is pretty much opening up for him and saying, "Hey, here you go, here's your chance." So yeah, it's a great story, and it's something that I felt really humbled when I saw the whole journey go through. But initially he just wanted to get out there, and why aren't they listening to my music? And once we got that out of the way, he actually found his way through, and today he knows most people in the industry, in his particular state, which is awesome.